Okay, in this session, I'm going to share with you one of the biggest secrets of why the viral site system works. So this is one of the things that I promised to share with you. It's about your analytics. It's the key to your profits. Until we figured out this one piece, we had a lot of difficulty trying to, figure out what's profitable and what's not. So this video here is probably going to be one of the most complicated ones that you're going to go through, as far as like there's going to be some technical things in here that you'll need to understand, but don't worry, it's actually not hard. So this is one of those videos you may want to watch over and over and over again, do it step by step. But once you get this part figured out, it's easy peasy. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's talk about analytics. I'm going to show you why your analytics really is the key to your success, how to claim your site in your AdSense account, how to link your analytics and AdSense accounts together, how to use UTM codes in your Facebook ads, and seeing how much AdSense earnings each article has actually made you, and then using my VSS green light, red light tracker to know if you're making profits or not. Then I do want to talk briefly about understanding your bounce rates and how that could be affecting your profits. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So let's talk again. Why is analytics the key to your success? So I want to take you back a little bit. Several years ago, when we first started this model, we didn't pay a lot of attention to our analytics, and we were able to drive just massive amounts of traffic, and kind of didn't matter. We just knew if we got something to a certain point that we'd make money, and sometimes we wouldn't make money. We never kind of really figured out why that was, and some things were winners and some things were losers. But over time, we started realizing that we had to really start tracking things, and that sometimes we would have an article that we would do a post on, we'd start sending a lot of traffic to, we were actually losing money and we didn't know it. But it wasn't until we started tracking. So every single article on Facebook that you do a promoted post on, you have got to track it the way I'm going to show you right now. And you'll know over time if it's a winner or loser. And that's how we do our post income streams. That's how you find out if something's a winner or a loser. You can't just go by your gut. And if you do that, you'll lose money. But if you go use what I'm going to show you right now, that's how you get into the profit. So get ready. This video may be a little bit longer than some of the others. And let's dive right in. So the first thing you need to do is you need to make sure you're set up right. You need to make sure you claim your site in your AdSense account. So make sure you log into your AdSense account, go to Settings, My Sites, Manage Sites, and then add your site. Let me show you how to do that. Now I've already claimed this site on mine, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm here in this account here. And then if I go into Settings, and then My Sites, you'll see a little area there that says Manage Sites or Add Sites. So these are all the sites that you've claimed that are yours, belong to you. So what you're going to want to do is there's going to be a little plus sign. Let's see if I can bring that down here. A little plus sign right there that you're going to click. And when you click that plus sign, it's going to have you put your site in. So go ahead and enter your site in. Now make sure that you have your AdSense code on your site already, and you can follow some of the other videos in the training of how to do that using the ad tracker. Make sure that your site code is on there, and once your site has been added, over time, and it's usually pretty quick, it'll start showing up in the list that's right here. So again, make sure that you've added your AdSense code and it's running on that website. All right, the next thing to do is we're going to link your analytics account and your AdSense account together. There is an actual step-by-step document right on Google's site right here. We'll put this below the video here so that you can see it and you can just follow it step by step. Let me go ahead and kind of walk you through it. Basically, for you, after you go set this setting, you just need to make sure that your Insights plugin is configured and on inside your site, inside your viral site. So let me go ahead and show you inside your analytics account what you're going to look for. So log into your Google Analytics account. It's just analytics.google.com. And then go to Admin here at the top. And then you'll notice that you'll be in your account. I don't know if it's going to say main account. Yours will be something different. But go to the property. That means the property that you've set up inside your analytics. If you've never set up a property before, you need to click the down arrow and choose create a new property, and then go through it, and when it's done, it'll give you an individual code that'll have a dash at the end, and then 1 2 3 4 5, whatever it is, and for each one of your sites you'll have a unique code, and you'll need to know that code for your website. So I'm going to go ahead and choose AdSense linking. Now here, for the first time, you'll have nothing there. I already have mine linked in there, so you would just hit new AdSense link, and it will give you the options to go ahead and link your account. You can go ahead and follow the documentation. So that's pretty much, that's all you need to do, and then you save it, and then your AdSense is linked to your AdWords account. To your analytics account, excuse me. Now the other thing you need to do is make sure that you go into your blog, to your website, and go down here to Insights. And if you haven't set this up yet, you're going to have a thing that says authenticate your Google account. It might look a little different because I've already authenticated mine. And then you just click that button, you make sure you're logged into Google and Analytics, and it'll make you authenticate. Or you can actually manually enter in that UA code. That's that code with the dash and then whatever that number, 1 through 5, or how many sites how many properties that you have set up. And that's it. Just save the changes, and then your site will automatically be linked. So the next thing I want you to understand is something called UTM codes, and that's just some fancy lingo for the way we're going to track it in analytics. So every single ad we are going in Facebook, we're going to put we're going to add some extra information to it. It's for a UTM code. Now Facebook has this thing called the UTM Analytics URL Builder. I'm going to show you how to use that, but really you're going to use the VSS green light, red light tracker, and then I'm going to show you how to put the codes right into your Facebook ad. So go to that link there, and let me show you what this looks like. It's basically a little URL builder. So what these UTM codes do, it allows you to put different values in, and then you can hit create the URL, and then it creates a URL, a link, and then adds these things like UTM underscore source equals Facebook, UTM underscore media. So anything that you want in there. And what it does is it allows us to go to our analytics report and filter very specific things. What we're going to use it for is filtering it right down to the exact ad, each individual ad, so you can know if each individual ad is profitable. So I don't want you to worry so much about this because we already have it set up for you in the tools section. So if you go in the tools section and you go down to VSS green light, red light tracker, what you want to do is go ahead and open up the tracker. If you've never used this before, this is a view only version of it. So what you'll need to do is you'll need to come in here and file and then choose make a copy. Now you'll need to make sure that you're logged into your Google account, whether you have a Gmail account or whatever you use for Google. So hit make a copy and then go ahead, and then that will give you a copy that you can go ahead and modify and add. And I would save this because this is a document that you're going to use a lot. I have another video that shows you exactly how to use this one, but I'm just going to go ahead over to sample right here so you can kind of get an idea. And I know it looks like a lot of information here, but what this will do is it'll, as you fill this out, and again, you can go to the tool section, it'll show you how to fill it out. And you enter in the values, it'll automatically build your tracking code. So if I were to click right here in this field, and I'm going to do right click copy, I'm going to bring up like a text pad just to show you what that looks like. So I'd bring that over here and I hit paste. You see this? It's got this UTM source, got all this stuff here. That code is what we're going to use on our ad. So I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. Now coming back to this red light, green light tracker, you can watch the video that shows you how to use this, but basically you're going to track every single individual ad, and you can track it every single day or over a period of time, and you'll get an idea and if this one is a winner or loser. You have options here to put in like the campaign, the ad ID, the article name, the budget, the device, if it's mobile or desktop or both, the different tags that you're going to use. I know it looks a little confusing, but you'll get it once you go through it. And I'll do an example in the walkthrough video on the tools. But this is the part that you're looking at, is you're going to be tracking this down to see what's the CTR, what the cost is, and what your revenue is. And we're going to show you how to know how much you're making for every article. And then this spreadsheet will let you know what your return on your investment is. It'll let you know red light or green light. Green lights are winners, red lights are ones you turn off. So let me go ahead and kind of show you what you need to do in your Facebook account to make this actually work. So I'm going to put this code in my Facebook ad. Let me show you how to do that. So this is just for demo purposes, but I'm going to go into Facebook and I'm going to get down to the ad level. Now, if you don't know how to do this, go and watch one of the videos after this one that shows you a little bit more details about the Facebook ads. But I'm going to go ahead and edit this ad. So to be clear, when you launch a new ad, you want to do this immediately after you launch the ad, or else your analytics won't match up. So launch your ad, add your analytics at the exact same time so that you get accurate numbers. So when I launch this ad and I scroll down, you're going to notice this thing called tracking. Now I'm in Ad Manager right now. It'll look a little different if you're in Power Editor. In fact, I'm not even sure you can do it in Power Editor, but you might be able to. But it's the URL parameter that you're looking for. So what I did is I went over, remember this red light, green light tracker, and I went over to this UTM source and I copied it, and it gave me this garbly-gook code right here. So looking at this code and trying to help you match it up, source equals the campaign that's inside your Facebook ad account. That's going to be the source. You can sort it by the campaign. Content is the actual article, the post. The campaign, UTM campaign, we're going to match that up to the actual ID of the ad, which is actually in column G. Now, it's a little confusing. It's just the way Google does it. I know that there are Facebook campaigns, but when we put the code in, when we're talking about UTM campaign, we're actually talking about the ad ID. It'll make sense when we go into the Google Analytics. It's just the way that there are UTM codes. So just remember, UTM campaign equals the actual ad, each individual ad. So what I do is I just basically take that little code. So I've launched my Facebook ad. I take my little code and I put it in here, copy and paste it, make sure it's exactly this way, and I hit save and close. Now it's important to do it right when you launch the ad so that your ads will match up. So once you've saved that, you're going to let some time go by. 24 hours. I mean, you'll actually start seeing data in the next hour or so that go in there. Now we're actually going to track and see exactly how much that particular article has made in earnings. Now I want to tell you a couple things here. What I'm going to show you is each individual ad, the traffic that's gone to it, and how much AdSense earnings it's earned approximately. And it's important to understand the approximate, because what it's not accounting for is some of the viral traffic that you're receiving. So many times you're going to look at that publisher revenue, and in this case, say it says like $31. But in actuality, it may have earned a little bit more than $31 because of some of the viral nature. And then sometimes your really super viral ones, you'll see make way more than this, but your analytics are saying they're earning a little less. You'll be able to know, you'll know by doing it, because you'll have an article that really starts making a lot of money really fast. But what's good is if you go on this on a baseline, you'll be able to tell exactly what that article is making. So let me show you how to get to this report and show you how to navigate around. So here I am. I'm in my Google AdSense account and I'm seeing how much I've made today. And by the way, this is kind of a separate AdSense account that I use just for training purposes. What's kind of cool is you're going to see that this one will grow over the time as we do more and more trainings. So for example, this one particular article has made $34.85 gross today. So let's go ahead and switch over to our analytics. So I'm sitting here in my analytics. I want to go to reporting, and then I want to go over here to behavior, and I want to scroll down and go to publisher pages. Now from here, just select your date. This is for today. I'm doing this on September 3rd today, if you can see that there. Now from here, I'm going to kind of position the screen so you can see the details a little bit more. From here, I can go in, I can see exactly how much the publisher revenue has made today. So my report here is saying $32.25, and I think it was pretty close to what I saw just from my main AdSense page today. So it's always going to be a tiny little bit off. Okay, so for here, I look at this and I go, oh, okay, $32.25, and then you're going to see some different pages in there, and you're not going to know which one of these are making income or not. So here's what you do. You go over to secondary dimension and you just type in campaign. Start typing that in and the campaign will come in there. And it opens up an additional column that'll have these campaigns in here. Now I'm going to go to advanced, and it has campaign containing this, and it has a spot for me to put my campaign in. Well, let me switch over to my ads and show you one of my ads. Okay, so I have two ads running for this particular campaign, and you can see the ad IDs there, and they're different. We're going to track those. And you can see on this particular one, I have this one I'm running, and it is running at 1 cent, and I think I have the budget set for $25 for this one. And this one's a $5 ad that I'm testing. So I've got two different ads. One's running at 1 cent, one's running at 2 cents. And let's see if I'm making any kind of profit from either of those today. So let's take the one ad that I spent $2.61 on so far today. So I'm going to copy this ad ID, and I'm going to switch back over to my publisher page. I'm going to put that ID in here, paste it in there, and hit apply. Now from here, it's going to tell me exactly how much I've made today. Can you see that there? I've made $2.86 on that ad today. Now you're going to notice something, that it might have some of the other pages in there. And what that means is that person who came in through that way went and they clicked on other ads that day. So that's kind of gives you an idea of how to do your revenue. So I'm looking at this. I've made $2.86 today. I can look at kind of what my CTR rates are and some of those things. What did I spend on that so far today? Well, I've spent $2.61 on that. So I'm just barely making a little profit on that one. And so that's my ads are at 2 cents. Now it's important to understand that you can't just go by like 12 hours of data. You need to make sure you get enough impressions in there to know. And again, watch the ads on Facebook, because many times you start a $5 ad and it's going to take a couple days to know if your ad's going to get down to 1 cent or less. Okay, so that one's almost breaking even. I think I'm still going to run that one today and see how it does by the rest of the day. Okay, let's go do this ad. Okay, this is my larger ad. I have a $25 budget set for that one. It's already spent $13 today. Let's go ahead and go to my reports. I'm going to hit edit, and I'm going to put that ad ID in here. I'm going to hit apply. Okay, now that one's a different story. That one is a winner. Let me see if I can scroll over here a little bit so you can see this better. Now this one's a winner. It has made $23.46, And how much did I spend? I've spent $13 today. So I've made $10 at least on this one. Now I know I've probably made a little bit more than that because these are always kind of like underreport just a little bit. And I can look at my statistics, and again I go for like overtime. We're going for like overtime. So someday you may have an ad that breaks even. Yesterday my ads only returned about 25%. Up until then, it's been doing about almost double every single day for many weeks. But sometimes you get a day where things will start to change a little bit, and a lot of it just we don't know why that happens. It just happens to be in what the competition is and bids. There's a lot of factors, but the important thing to understand is to go over the amount of time. You're going through a time period. You'll know if something is a winner or a loser. And so I'll go over to my tracking spreadsheet, and I'll go in and I'll enter those values in. I'll enter some values in and the costs, and pick one time of the day when you do this. Maybe it's first thing in the morning, you do the previous day, and it'll let you know if it's a red light or a green light. And again, remember, you got to track these for a couple days to know if something's going to be a winner or a loser. So that's how we use the red light, green light tracker. And I know it can seem a little bit of work at first, manual copying and pasting, but it will be awesome for you because once you get one of those ads running, it can run for a long time. So I want to talk about your bounce rate. When you go to your analytics report, if you go to audience and then overview, you're going to see a very important statistic. So bounce rate means this: when somebody comes to your website, how long do they stay on your website, and do they hit the first page and then leave? That's called bouncing. Or do they hit your first page and then go to another page, click on a link? Do they go somewhere else in your site? That's the goal. You want to keep them as many pages as you can get per session. So for example, a lot of our posts will have multiple pages on them. We'll have a description and then click next to go to the video, or multiple pages to see all the different contents. And we do that on purpose in order to get more pages per session. So for example, this particular site right now is averaging a 28% bounce rate. That means that 28% of the people that come to this site leave just after the first page. That's actually pretty good. If you can keep your bounce rates under 30%, that's good. The lower, the better. Pages per session on this particular one is 2.09, and the average session duration, they're spending about 1 minute and 10 seconds. That's just an average. Some people will spend, a lot more time on that. So if your bounce rates are really high, if they're about 50%, 75%, 80%, that means you're not engaging people into your content, that you need to have more multiple page posts to get people. It's pretty easy. Once you start getting multiple page posts to get people to other pages in your content, that bounce rate will go down, and in return, your AdSense earnings will go up because more people are refreshing your ads, seeing your ads, and they're more engaged in it, and so the chances are that they're going to see an ad that appeases to them is a lot greater. So I know I've spent these 20 plus minutes going over maybe some things that might sound a little complicated to you, but watch the video over again, make sure your settings are set, and then get into the habit of tracking every single day. And if you have questions, just go into the forums, and there's someone in there that'll be happy to help you. Focus on your analytics, and that's how you get in.